right, everybody, welcome to One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and today is Labor Day. And hopefully, some of you were not laboring too much. Hopefully, you were able to get a little time away with your families and or just take it easy today. I did not. I had several different things I had to work on, but I was looking forward to this interview tonight and excited to be able to bring Sophia Voss to you tonight. Let's take a look at her article in Sports Soccer Magazine. And I really like that picture with her gloves out. I mean, very intimidating. She did a great job with her photo shoot, and she's going to have a great season this year. Excited about what they're going to do up there in Linn. And if you have not read her article, you can find those at Hy-Vee here in Jefferson City, as well as at Cal Thriftway in California. You can find them there. And if you don't have a printed copy and you want to look at the digital, you can go to sportslockermagazine.com and check out the digital edition. You can check out Sophia's article as well as all the other student athletes from the July-August issue of Sports Locker. All right, let's go ahead and get Sophia on into the program so we can ask her some questions and dig a little bit deeper. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, thank you for joining us tonight. An
Of
honor to have you
course.
on. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, so, why don't you tell us a little bit about your article in Sports Locker and what was special about that to you?
So the article in Sports Locker has one of my favorite quotes in it and a couple of things I've learned along my softball career. And the whole experience was just super special to me. Being able to share my story with others, and I just had a lot of fun helping write the article and in the photo shoot. It was a great time.
Yeah, talk about the photo shoot a little bit. Katie tries to get really creative with different shots, and just like where you had your gloves up like that. I mean, that was pretty cool. But talk about that. What was that like for you? Were you nervous at all, or were you just like, this is just normal for me?
Well, my experience was probably a little different than others. I actually did not know I was in Sports Locker until about an hour before the photo shoot. It was kind of a pleasant surprise. So I raced home and got my uniform on. So I was a little nervous, but the experience was great. I felt famous.
Yeah, you did great. Yeah, they I do remember that now that you were informed a little bit late. So, but regardless, you did a fantastic job and you did a great job on your article. What were some of your friends and family saying about your article? Get any autographs, anything like that going on?
Oh, they loved it. I had a couple people ask for me to sign theirs, but I never got around to it because they never actually gave it to me. But it was so fun seeing everybody send me pictures of it. I just felt so loved and supported.
Yeah, that's great. Well, the schools. We contact the school's athletic directors and we just basically tell them, hey, we need a female or male for this particular issue. And they go through and they're the ones that actually select, like they selected you to represent the school. And so kudos to them. They did a great job as far as their selection, and you did an outstanding job and well deserving, especially as we get into a lot of the other things that you do. I mean, it's not just softball. You got a lot of stuff that you do.
Yes, yes. I stay pretty busy.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Why don't you tell us how you got started with softball and how you developed a love for the game?
Yeah, so sports have always been a really big part of my family. It's something we've all kind of done together and bonded over. So when I was younger, I went to go watch my two oldest cousins, Aiden and Drew, play baseball, and I loved it. Well, actually, I don't know if I love the sport or the concession stand more, but either way, I had a blast. And so when it got to be my turn to pick a sport, I wanted to do softball and t-ball. And they were a huge inspiration in that, and then my love for the sport just kind of grew.
Yeah. Well, why don't you go ahead and talk about that, your progression from T-ball to coach pitch and then to competitive travel ball and then high school softball. What are some of the highlights and accomplishments for you in all of that?
So there have been so many highs and so many lows throughout softball, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Starting T-ball, I was just kind of trying to figure out the rules, figure out what I was doing. And then moving on to coach pitch, I actually figured out I was like, this is something I really enjoy and I want to take this to the next level. So that's when I made the decision that I wanted to play competitive ball. And it is so much work, but it is truly so worth it. I've never done anything more fulfilling in my life than play competitive softball. The friendships and the lessons I've learned, it's all just so amazing. And then when I got to high school, I decided I would like to do that as well. And again, it was a great choice. I met so many new people and had so many fun opportunities. And it was the biggest blessing.
Yeah. So why don't you talk about kind of your career through high school? What are some of the highlights throughout the years?
I would definitely say some of the highlights have been going to state with my team twice, hoping to make it a third. We'll see. It was just a great experience. Making it that far into the postseason with my best friends and, fighting to win for each other. It was a great experience. I learned so many lessons about hard work and perseverance, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's awesome. We'll get into some of those people that helped inspire you and help push you to get you to continue to be better. I do want to point out real quick for those of you that are watching, feel free to make any comments or any questions. Type those in the comment section, and we'll be happy to include those in on the program. You can talk about how awesome Sophia is and let her be able to just pull it up anytime that she needs encouragement. She can see those nice things that you said about her. So we're glad you guys are joining us tonight. Sophia, tell us about the positions that you play in softball and why do you like each of those positions?
So I would definitely say I'm a utility. I am a pitcher, a second baseman, and a center fielder. And I love all the positions for different reasons, but pitching is probably my favorite. It is a lot of hard work and it is super intense, but it can be so rewarding. And I love stepping into that position and being a leader and helping my team out in every way I can. When you're a pitcher, you're involved in every single play of the game. And I absolutely love that. I just love that. And then playing second base is super fun because I like being able to work with the shortstop more intricately as middle infielders, and just the infield as a whole. It's a very fun. It's like a tighter knit team. And playing center field is a very nice change. It can be a little bit more relaxing than pitching. So I just love going out there if I need to decompress.
Very good. Well, you've already got some fans coming on here. Kathy Dudenhafer says, "Love you, Princess." And then Paige Rodman, "That's my girl, Sophie. So happy to see her at Lincoln next year." Absolutely. And
I love
you know, you helped us by bringing that up, Paige. So we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But thank you for jumping on here and sharing that. And again, please share any other comments that you guys have about Sophia and how awesome she is. So, Sophia, tell us about playing competitive softball. And before I get into this other question, but how what was the process from competitive softball to high school softball? You got different coaching taking place. Were you playing different positions? What was that all like?
The experiences are definitely a lot different. So in competitive ball, I'm on a bigger team, so it's harder knowing your rules sometimes, but just trusting each other and that it's all going to work out is a huge thing over in competitive ball. And sometimes you face some really tough competition and it's not always easy playing against people like that and then having to sort of bounce back and still maintain your confidence. But it is one of the things I've gotten better at, that mental toughness and just carrying that over into high school ball and really all aspects of my life. The different coaching, you know, I'm really happy I got to meet a lot of coaches, and I'm happy to say that each one has taught me a lot of new things. So, again, just kind of carrying what one coach has taught me and bringing it over to the other team, that's been super, super helpful.
Yeah. So, from competitive softball, how would you say that has helped you to be a better ball player?
Competitive softball has taught me so many things. Like I said, mental toughness, physical toughness. I've learned so many aspects of the game I don't think I would have learned had it not been for competitive softball. Just all different sorts of tips and tricks, whether that's hitting, fielding, pitching. They've just helped me with so much. And I've been so blessed to meet so many good girls and have so many good coaches. It's just really been huge. And competitive softball has just given me the world. And I just like to bring some of those things I've learned over to high school ball, and it really has helped me.
Yeah. Well, tell us about your time playing for Capital City Crush. What was that like?
Those were some of the best softball seasons of my life. Whenever I went to Capital City Crush, it was one of my first competitive teams, so I was still a little new to the game and the competitive softball world in general. But my coaches gave me so many opportunities to prove myself and try out new things, and it just showed me what I can do and what hard work can do. And I'm forever grateful for my coaches and teammates on that team.
Well, yes, you gained great experience there, and then you stepped up another level. Is that right? Who did you go play
Correct.
for then, and what have been your highlights there?
So after a while with Capital City Crush, I moved on to play with Select Fast Pitch Chris, and that was definitely quite the jump, and it wasn't always an easy one. The competition was a little bit more difficult, and I experienced a little bit of self doubt, honestly. I wasn't sure if I was cut out for that level, but I think I finally hit my stride. My coaches have been nothing but encouraging and supportive, and they've given me everything I need to be a better player, and I'm so grateful that they never gave up on me. Some of my highlights would probably be when we won second place at a big tournament. It
Hmm.
was so hot, and we were very short on girls, but we pushed through, and it just proved to me that with perseverance and a little bit of grit, that's what you can get.
Uh, yeah, talk about that. You were telling me a little bit before the program started that your team. How many teammates do you have this year? And what's the process of some of the new positions that are being filled?
So this year we do have 15 girls on the roster, and we lost a couple girls just due to commuting issues and high school schedules. We have a couple girls who were from Iowa, and they play high school ball in the summer, so that was always kind of a conflict. So they decided to step down. So we have girls replacing them, and we just have some girls replacing others who decided to move on and play for another team, give something else another shot, which is totally fun. I'm so supportive, and I'm so happy I got to meet those girls. They're so special, and they'll always hold a place in my heart. But we do have a large team, so sometimes it can be a little difficult trying to figure out where you're going to fit in. But just trusting each other and trusting the coach really helps a lot. And in the
Yeah,
end, it all works out, and I make some great friends.
good. What's it like when you have to play against them when you are, playing high school ball?
It is so weird. That actually happened last year at state. In the state semifinal game, I ended up facing three of my competitive teammates, and it was so weird because I was fighting for my team and they were fighting for theirs, and we weren't teammates anymore. We were on the other
Right.
side, so it was so hard. But in the end, they came out on top, and while it hurt and stung for a little bit, I'm very happy for them.
Yeah. Well, you guys did a great job. Why don't you tell us a little bit now? Let's switch to the academics. Tell us a little bit about why you work so hard with your academics and what are you wanting to pursue in a career and why?
I try so hard with my academics because in my heart, I'm a competitor. And whether it be on the softball field or in the classroom, I want to be the best. And I am always trying my best because my mom always told me if you try your best, that's all we can ask. So I'm always giving my best, whether it's on the field or in the classroom, because I know if I give my best, I can't expect anything more. So I'm always trying my hardest so that I can get the best results that I want. And grades mean a lot to me. My mom is a teacher, so she's always instilled in me that grades are very important. And I've just taken huge pride in my academics ever since I was little.
Yeah. That's no pressure with your mom being a teacher. None at all.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Tell us about being student body president, being an FFA historian. I want you to tell us a little bit about that, and an NHS officer.
I absolutely love being active in the clubs in my school. I find it extremely fun to connect with other groups of kids that I wouldn't normally see. So, when I'm student body president or FFA historian, I get to hang out and make memories with a new group of kids who aren't necessarily on the softball team, and I love connecting with them. I take great pride in being an advocate for fellow students, and being a student body officer or an FFA historian just allows me to do that.
Well, something else that you do, and I think this is pretty special, is what is being a unified partner, and why do you love doing that?
Being a unified partner, it's one of the most unexpected joys of my life. I did not know what that was until I got into high school and Mrs. Hosselak asked if I would like to be one. And I am so incredibly happy that she did. That was it was amazing. It's so beautiful seeing those kids and helping them and teaching them sports that I love and getting to see them experience that for the first time. It's truly incredible. The joy on their face is just so pure.
That's great. Well, you've done an outstanding job so far. You've flown through the first half. We've got another comment here, real quick. We have Kylie LeBeau, Dick Knight. You're so awesome, Soph. So,
Hi, Kylie.
all right. Well, we're going to give you just a moment. We're going to take a quick sponsor break, and then we'll be back with some more questions in the second half. But I do want to continue to encourage those of you watching, please feel free to make any comments, or if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. All right. Great job, Sophia. We'll see you here in just a moment. Yeah.
Thank you.
Has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, they do a great job with making sure that people right here in mid-Missouri that need jobs, they can find the employers that need to fill some positions, as well as helping the employer to find those people that they need to continue their business and to continue to grow. So we really appreciate their sponsorship for this program, as well as in Sports Soccer Magazine. We also appreciate the Coach of the Issue sponsor that we have with Big Whiskeys. And just like we have for Blair Oaks coach Kent Bax, uh, Big Whiskeys helps us to be able to recognize our mid-Missouri coaches and all the great things that they do, pouring into our student athletes, taking time away from their families, spending long hours, just all the different things that coaches do and dedicating to help mentor and to teach our student athletes. So we want to give a shout out to Big Whiskeys for doing that, and we appreciate everything that they do, and all of our coaches in mid-Missouri. Thank you for all the hard work that you put in. All right, we've been visiting with Sophia Voss, and we're going to get back to the rest of the interview. We're hopefully continue to get some comments from you. I see that from you, Amy. We'll include that as I bring Sophia back on. All right. Hey, Sophia, I'm glad you did not hang up on me. Thanks for still being here.
Of course.
All right. Hey, we got a comment from Amy Davis. Says, "This is Faith. That's my best friend. I love you."
Thanks, Faith. I love you too.
That's awesome. All right. So now we just did Coach of the Issue, our sponsor for that. Tell us about your coaches in high school. How have they helped to make you better?
My coaches in high school have given me so many things. They have given me so many opportunities to step up and be a leader, and they've given me so many opportunities to just grow, not only as a player but as a person, whether that be learning how to lead, learning how to stick out in tough situations, or believe in myself. They've given me so many lessons, and I'm so grateful for them. They've also allowed me to just have fun. Sometimes softball can get so serious, and I sometimes get a little too intense, and they've just given me so many opportunities and chances to make the game fun again, and I really appreciate them for that.
Well, that's good. And you have travel coaches too, that challenge you to give your best and raise the level of your performance. How do they do that? Your travel coaches as well as your pitching coaches.
My travel coaches and pitching coaches are always motivating me to be the best version of me. There's so many things that you can't control in softball and just in sports in general. So by constantly challenging me to be the best version of myself and give my absolute best, they're bettering me. They are constantly pushing me and expecting more of me, and I meet those expectations, and then I'm proud of myself. And then the bar just keeps getting set higher and higher.
Paige Rodderman made a comment a little bit earlier, and we had her in the magazine, and I do not remember what year and what issue that was, but um, Paige, you're pretty awesome, and I know that you're pouring into Sophia, and so thanks for all that you do. Sophia, talk about your parents and how they've been so impactful in developing your character just as a student athlete.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this all night. My parents have done so much for me. They have made countless sacrifices, and I'm forever in debt to them. They have taken off so many weekends of work or spent so much time catching me on the bucket late at night, and I'm just so grateful. My parents always tell me to give my best, and that's all they ask, and that constantly motivates me to be a better version of myself. And they're always telling me the importance of being a good teammate and a good sport. So I constantly hear that voice in the back of my head as well, and that really helps me. I'm just so incredibly appreciative of all the support my parents have given me. It's truly been overwhelming. They've come to every game, every practice, and they do it with a smile on their face. And I just love my parents. They're truly amazing.
Yeah. Well, they've done a good job with you. And let's see, Paige responded. She said 2019. That
That's right.
that right before the year before COVID hit. So that was definitely a different year. But I didn't mention this earlier, but we are in our 10th year. We've got just a couple more issues in our 10th year, and so it's been pretty amazing. We started off with eight high schools right here in mid Missouri, and now we have 17 high schools. And so 6 issues a year, a student from each of those schools, as well as a coach of the issue. So we do a lot of interviews. So Paige, forgive me that I did not remember the exact year, but I did know that you were in the magazine, right? All right. Tell us about your siblings, why they're so important to you, and what kind of example do you try to be?
I have one little sister, and her name is Ava. And oh man, she keeps me on my toes. Ava used to come to my games, and she still does come, and she watches me. And every time I see her, it just motivates me to be a little bit better, try a little harder, be a little bit more encouraging, because I just want her to see me as a good role model, and I want to be the best version of myself for her. I want to make her proud so she can be like, that's my sister. I just want my sister to be proud of me. Even though she's younger than me, she's a role model for me, and I just want to be that same way for her.
Yeah. Well, that's really I mean, that's very admirable that you're doing that and you're wanting to pour into your sister, and she will remember that and you will remember that. You guys will be able to carry that on. Let's see, Elise Dick Knight, she made a comment here real quick. Says, "You are so awesome, Soph. Love you."
Love you, Elise. That's my cousin.
All right, very good. Um, so you talked about in your article, you talked about your faith. You mentioned that. Why is that so important to you?
Faith is something that I've always leaned on, and it's always been there for me. It's a huge comfort whenever I'm playing softball or driving or just anything. I always know that I have my faith that I can count on. It is something that I lean on in times of stress, in times of happiness, before a big game. If I'm nervous, I'll just say a quick little prayer before an at bat. Just say a quick little prayer because I always know that God has my back, and it's just very comforting to know that no matter what, I do have my faith.
It's very important. Laura Hagner Voss, she says, you made me tear up talking about your parents.
Oh, love you, Mrs. Voss.
It's great. Um, what what have you enjoyed most, or what drives you to be a better person for your teammates and your classmates?
That's a loaded question. I want to be the best version of myself for my teammates and my classmates because that's what they deserve. They truly deserve the best. My teammates and classmates, they're some of my best friends, and I want to be the best version of myself for them. They are truly my biggest motivators, and whenever I believe you are who you surround yourself with, and I surround myself with pretty amazing, talented people, and so I just want to be just like them because they're constantly pushing me to be better.
The you as you are going into as you're in this final year, what kind of legacy are you wanting to leave behind? I know you talked a little bit how you don't want to impact classmates and teammates, but what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind this year?
I want people to remember me as a very hard worker who never gave up when things got hard. It wasn't always easy. I didn't always win. I didn't always start, but I persevered, and I want people to remember that. It doesn't matter where you started, it matters where you end. It matters how much work you give, your attitude, if you show up. And I want people to remember me for always doing that. And I want people to remember me as someone kind, someone who is nice to everyone, a friendly face they saw in the hallways. I just hope to leave behind that legacy.
It's a great answer. Um,
Thank you.
what have you enjoyed most about your time at Lynn High School?
The people, for sure. I've met so many new people. I've built on relationships I've had in the past, and it's been so fun. Experiencing this kind of high school was just truly such a big blessing. The sports there, the clubs, it's just been so much fun. I couldn't have asked for a better community. They've always supported me and my teammates. It's just truly been amazing. I love the people there. I love all my teachers. They're all so kind. And they really want the best for me. And it's very obvious that they want the best for all their students. And that's just something I really cherish.
So, in this senior year, what are some of the goals that you have, and what's that going to look like for you?
The main goal that I have and the team has is to make it back to state and win a state championship. And it's definitely not going to be easy. Like I said, we only have 12 girls on the team, so it is going to be a huge team effort to get there. It's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of perseverance, but I think we can do it, truly. If we show up every day with a good attitude and give 110%, I think we can do it because we have each other to lean on even when it gets hard.
Yeah, well, thinking that you can do it, that's the first and most important thing. If you don't think you can do it, you're defeated already. So you've got the right
True.
mindset. All right.
Very
Hey,
true.
Elise Dick Knight, she made a comment here real quick. You are the best teammate and friend yourself. I can't wait to play with you at Lincoln. So, with that, why don't you go ahead and talk about what you're planning on doing next year?
So next year, I plan to attend Lincoln University and play softball. I hope to obtain my BSN, so that would be a bachelor's degree in nursing. And then I want to enroll in the master's program immediately after, so I can be a nurse practitioner. And I hope to work in pediatrics because I love kids.
I can see that you would do great with that. So, I
Thanks.
wish you well on that. Um,
Thanks.
so this question, I'm changing up my last question. So disregard what I sent you.
Okay,
This,
you're good.
all right. This question here is, I want to know. We've talked about a lot of your successes. What have been some of the challenges that you've dealt with over your high school career?
That's a good question. Wasn't prepared for that, but I would definitely say some of the challenges have been disappointment. I'm my biggest critic, and sometimes I don't like the way I perform. Even if the outcome is good, I'll have had higher expectations for myself that I didn't meet. And just accepting that sometimes is a little tough, and having to come back from that can be hard. But I just have to trust in myself and trust in my teammates because we can do it. So, disappointment's definitely been one. Just the amount of work it takes to be a good team sometimes is hard, balancing that with school and, friends, your social life. It can be exhausting, but whenever you win a game or you have a good laugh with your teammates, it all seems worth it. But
Yeah,
just remembering that is sometimes difficult.
yeah. Well, with all the stuff that you listed off that you do, I mean, what social life? You don't have a social life. You're too busy.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
All right. Hey, you did great on all of these questions, but I'm going to do some speed round questions, which are just some short, quick, fun answers. Find out a little bit more about you that we didn't cover in the article. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite go-to snack or meal after a softball game?
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables. What in the world is that?
It is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like smushed. So it's like a little circular pocket with the
Uh-huh.
crusting, and
Gotcha.
I love them.
I have seen that. Okay. Very, very good. And that's your go-to stuff. Like no steak, none of that kind of stuff, huh?
Well, that's grab and go. If I get like a good meal, it would probably be like some pizza or some chicken wings, something like that.
Okay. Very good. What's your favorite dessert?
Ice cream,
Uh,
definitely.
and so where would you go to get your favorite ice cream and what do you order?
Central Dairy Moose Tracks.
Central Dairy Miss Tracks.
It is the
Okay.
best.
All right. So everybody that's watching, you hear that. If you wanna get to Sophia's heart, get her some Central Dairy Moose Tracks. Um,
Yes.
well, let's see. Paige says that the Uncrustables are always in the snack tub at Lincoln.
Perfect.
Yeah, you guys know how to get to her heart. Look at that. Sophia, if there's anywhere in the world where that you could go, where would that be and why?
I would say either Hawaii or Italy.
Okay.
I want to go to Hawaii because I haven't actually been to the beach before, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I would love to go over there, see some sea turtles and some
Hmm.
dolphins. And Italy, I think the food over there sounds pretty great.
Okay. Do you like coffee?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go to Hawaii, go to the island Kona, and they have tremendous coffee there. We've got a friend that lives there, and he loves the coffee so much he brings it back with him to the States. I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't know, but he brings it back with him
Well,
because,
if not, you just outed him.
yeah, I did, and it's on here. So sorry, Matt. All right. Well, let's see. If you were to label yourself comparatively as a superhero on the field, which one would that be and why?
I don't.
Superhero, Marvel
Spider
character, Spider-Man. Okay.
Spider Man, because I don't know. I just like Spider Man. He seems pretty sarcastic, and I would say I'm pretty sarcastic. And he doesn't take anything too seriously. And I like to keep it kind of light and fun. So probably Spider Man.
All right. That's a good answer. All right. This is the final one, and this is probably the most important one. Okay. What is your least favorite chore to do around the house and why?
Washing dishes. I just don't like doing it. I hate when the food gets like soggy.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
not a fan.
Well, you're not the only one. That would be the number one answer that everybody always says. So it's washing dishes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a least favorite for a reason.
Right. So we got a lot of people out there liking paper plates or dirty dishes. So.
Yes, we're a
All
big
right.
paper plate family.
All right, Sophia, you've done a great job. Why don't you go ahead and give any final shout out or final comment that you want to make? And we really appreciate you being on here.
Okay. I would just like to give a big shout out and thank you to all my friends, family, coaches, and teammates who have been with me along the softball journey. I truly appreciate it so much, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Well, I know they love you too, and you're going to do great this year. And then heading on to Lincoln and eating some of those, what is it called? Uncrustables.
Uncrustable.
Uncrustables.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I'm sure my grandkids love it, so I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the grape kind. Trust me.
Okay. Well, if you will hold on till right after the program, I'll visit with you real quick, but I'll go ahead and close out. But great job, and thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys. Great comments. You guys did a great job, and thanks for just building up Sophia. She's an outstanding young lady, and I know you all know that. But thanks for coming on here. Make sure that you share with your friends so that they can catch her interview as well. Thank you guys for joining us today on Labor Day, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. We'll be back here again next week at 7 p.m. with another interview with a student athlete. Thank you again for joining us. God bless you, and we will see you all next week.